Welcome to this week's edition of Michelle on Monday. Monday morning, got my coffee. I don't know if you can see this color in here, but I managed to find this cup. You probably can't see. Oh, yeah, maybe. It says Pisces on it with my symbol. There's this really pretty teal color inside there. Nice big mug for your Monday coffee. Let's see, I don't know if I really done a whole lot of exciting stuff since the last time I spoke to you guys. I mentioned doing the August art. I did a couple of pages in my book. And we have the beginning page, which has an assortment of birds and butterfly and flower. And then the next page is all butterflies. And I'm going to continue on doing this. I didn't feel like trying to cram in more episodes for the thing, just because I got busy and I was doing other stuff. So we will continue on in this book, though, with us, not just for that event. Friday, I think it was, I did a Google Hangouts with Gina and Cindy Utter, I think is her last name. Let me double check. Yes, I am correct. Yeah, we had, I don't know how long we were in there, hour and a half, something like that. Great chit chat. I don't have any local friends. Well, I don't have any local friends at all, actually, but I don't have any specifically that were art friends. So I'm trying to figure out ways maybe of finding some friends. Someone's mentioned Meetup before. I'm a little wary with strangers in unfamiliar places, so I'm not sure how I want to go about that. And I certainly don't want to invite them over to my house. Don't need any weird stalkers, but I'll figure something out. So, let's see, if you have any ideas on how to find art friends other than a meetup, that would be handy. Things I have laying here in front of me. I might have shown these before. These are my ATCs for my KIF embellishments, or not embellishments, ATC swap. But brain fart going on this morning. I obviously haven't drank enough of my coffee. I got my swap partner list on Friday. I already had my ATCs made, but my swap partner list this time is really fun. I've got Ohio, Switzerland, 2 Australias, and an England. Now, I've never had a swap partner from Switzerland or England. I've had one from Australia before. So, I don't mind that my whole list other than one is international. I think that's kind of fun. I'll get some neat variety with stamps and whatnot, and that'll look great in my Happy Mail book because I can add those envelopes in. But I didn't want to just send these little ATCs here. You know, I did wrap them up in some deli paper with a little bit of washi tape just for some fun. But I decided that I would decorate the envelopes I'm sending them in too. So I cheated. I didn't get out my jelly plate because I was going to be going somewhere. So I just did, it was funny, I was using this mat. This isn't actually the Tim Holtz mat. This is another company's. And it's got a texture to it. And it didn't work as well as one would hope, but it did leave some fun texture with the paint on the envelopes here. So this is just Post-it note tape. I put that there so I could leave myself a clean surface for writing the address in. And I don't know if you've seen them before, but they come in several colors. They're like this. So just peel off however much you need and add it on there. So they work great for masking off little sections like that. You can use them for masking your stencils too, if you want to just use portions of them. So I slapped some colors on here. A little bit of copper in the corner there. I got a couple of stamps I'm going to add to it. I don't see the stamp right in front of my face, unfortunately. Oh, here it is. I got these from Andrea Gommel, and She made these specifically for using with Happy Mail. Here's her info. So it says, the world needs more Happy Mail. Smile, you've got Happy Mail. Art inside. Not your ordinary junk mail. Artful mail, little snail. And this one has art with little, and you've got a couple of little doodad ones. So those are really cute. So I'm going to stamp that on here someplace. So I'm going to put a couple of goodies in here. Maybe to fill in this other spot. Maybe some ephemera or something. But I'm going to add some other parts to this too. Maybe some black drawing or something. So that's where I'm with that. Now while I was making those, I decided I wanted to make some, what I'm going to call thank you cards. And what they are simply is some ATCs that I have added some color to and doodled on. And then on the back, I'm just going to say thank you. And I have a stamp set somewhere. So maybe. Yep, here it is. This one is from Close to My Heart. And the stamp set is simply called Thanks. There's the number. And I like this one because that's literally what all it is. It's a whole bunch of different ways of saying thanks and thank you. So you can just stamp them on however you like. It's got, even has gracias and merci, if you didn't notice. So I'll just, find one, stick it on the back, as a way of saying thank you for something. Like if I got my piece of Happy Mail I already showed, I'm going to do something like that for her. So I won't show you too much about the fronts because I don't want the people receiving them to be totally, oh, well, I already seen that. Just be kind of a fun surprise. But there's the backs. The backs received a little bit of split and splat from things that I was working, because you get the two parts stuck together and paint transfers. So the next thing I have here, Gina does a series of, let me find her name of it, Year of My Life journal. And I think she's using a Delusions journal. And I like how she's doing that, but I don't want to use my Delusions journal. So I've got a whole bunch of file folders, and these ones here I think are the Heidi Swap ones where you can add the color and it stays on there, and then the shiny part resists. Let me see if I have my little book here. I need to sneeze. Alright. Here's my Word You Biv book that I need to keep working on. But see how the shiny part has no color? And then the recesses does. Excuse me. So that works the same way. And I split these down the fold and then folded them in half because I like this smaller format. Now I don't know if I'm going to use these ones. I think some might be fun to use, but I don't want the whole thing to be those because I think I like keeping these for something else. But I do have several packets of these plain manila ones, so I think I will tear them, cut them in half maybe, and then make a book out of them that way. And I think what will work best is if I come up with a binding system where I can add pages to it. There's another lady who's doing a book. I'm going to pull up my subscription list real quick. What's her name? Debbie Epps. she's doing file folder art journal project. She was doing some of those pages for her August art, and she had been doing some of them before that started. Well, she gets her file folder. She's doing it large format like this. So each of her pages is one huge folder. And I thought it would be good to go smaller because I have a hard time filling in the space. All right, that seems better. I don't know what it is. You know, you tighten the mount, and then the next thing you know, your camera's like 3 inches lower than it was before, and then you have no viewing space. So anyway, I'm gonna make it smaller, and I don't think I'm gonna tape mine together like Debbie's been doing. I think I'm gonna come up with a way, I think Shannon showed it, where you're gonna put like a pamphlet stitch, I think, kind of on the edge, maybe even just one. And then you're going to run a ribbon through the opening, or a piece of paper. I have lots of ribbon, so I think maybe ribbon might be fun. And then I could slide on the next one I need to add as I add it. And then we'll figure out a way, like if the ribbon's really long and then I can bring it around the front, then it can be tied to what's left of the ribbon on the front. I could sew the first one to here, run it through the little slot, and then run it around the front and have it. Yeah, that might work. So stay tuned while I figure out how I'm going to do that. I'll do some filming of that. And what else have I done? Not really a whole lot of anything, honestly. I did go to a flea market type thing on Saturday. And I found this great bargain. I have a piece of dark paper. You know, it's never what you really want to have in front of you, right when you think you need to have it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's use this book. So I found this huge bundle of lacy trim. Isn't it pretty? You know, and it's about 1/2 inch wide, and I don't necessarily like the trim that's got flat side and then the trim part comes down, because then you're limited to using that on the edge or doubling it up, and then it's usually pretty big. So this was neat that it was scalloped on both sides, but even these little sections, you know, you can cut it like right there. Each of these little sections is quite cute, and it's about the size of a quarter, maybe a little bit smaller, but that little piece right there, trimmed off, could be used on a lot of different things. You could layer it with something else. You know, make it part of some flowers. It even looks pretty on here, like this. So I got 90, not hearing me wrong, 90 yards on this bundle for $5. Score on that. So I'm going to have lots of fun with those. They had some other ones too, but like I said, they had the flat edge part that I'm not too fond of at the moment. So, and it doesn't smell. It smells like it's clean, you know, so whoever had it, put it in a nice place. I don't like when you go somewhere and you get some goodies and get home and open the package and then you start smelling that they smoked or something. That's just not appealing. So we'll find some fun uses for that. And then I did some doodling. I think I showed an Instagram pic of that. This is my Crescent Render book. If you've never heard of these, you need to go find one. They can be pricey, but you can get them with the journals on sale, and every now and then even have them in the markdowns at Hobby Lobby. This book is awesome because you see all that color I put on that page? it doesn't show through. There's something fun in the layers of this paper that stops ink from going through to the next side. See all that dark coloring? Not there. Nothing. So this is one I did. And this one here. So I'll give you a nice close-up. I just did a bunch of little rectangles, and then I colored a few in and shaded a few, and I used like 3 different types of pen to get the different widths of the lines. Filled up the whole page. And that one was inspired by a young man I have in my playlist. Or not my playlist, but my subscriptions. I think his name is Jordan. And the reason I say I think his name is Jordan is because his YouTube name is Lovejordanart, and I will link him. He is doing a series of doodles right now on Post-it notes. He wants to fill up a journal book with a whole bunch of Post-it note drawings. And he did one about a week ago. It was the first one he did. He called it Push the Button. And it was similar to this, where he had done a bunch of boxes. But he drew buttons and things in it, so it looked like some stuff to press. So he's got Push the Button, Heard You Have Hay Fever, Mr. Roboto, One More Book, City of Cornwall, Popular Town, Barnacles, Unsustainable Fishing Vessel. I think that's it for so far. He's got 8 of them. But you need to watch some of his other videos he's done. He likes to do lots of doodles that are very repetitive, and they're really great. He also makes what he calls a marble run, and he uses bits of balsa wood, popsicle sticks, and he builds these humongous towers that are marble runs. And the most amazing thing that he does that I really enjoy looking at is their library bookshelves is essentially what it is. But they're all made out of paper. They're paper sculptures. And they're simply amazing. So you need to look at them. But I'll link him in the description below. Yeah, I'm looking at his page right now, just seeing the stuff he does. It's just wow. And it's funny because even with these amazing things he has 720 subscribers. He should have a lot more. So we're going to spread the love for him, because this is neat, really neat stuff. Like his Post-it notes. 1 week ago, his first Post-it note video only has 28 views. This stuff is great. So I'm gonna boost his stuff there. So this is the other one I did. It's just kind of like a water droplet shape, and it's splatting out from the center. Maybe it's a sprinkler. So just some little, I might come back and do some more to that. These ones are both being worked on. I need to add some more stuff to the blanks, but there's some flowers, and then we're doing something with some triangles. These what I've been using is I get my Sharpie pen out, like that, or Bic, whatever this is. This one was pretty easy. I drew the outline, and then came back with a Staedtler fine liner pen and did the very edge work, and then colored the centers in. This one I used the Sharpie, Bic, and did those, and then came back through and outlined. Same with this one. I think it's working really well. Let me just show you how these work. Granted, this color wouldn't bleed through much anyway. But we all know if you have a permanent marker and you color with it a lot in one place, really saturate the paper, you always have bleed through, right? Nothing. And that is one piece of paper. No bleed through at all. So if you like doing marker work and hate bleed through, get yourself a crescent rendered. Alright. Happy Mail, you saw that I had received some goodies to use in my Midori. My Fodori, actually. This is my Fodori. This particular book is a little too big for it. I'm currently working in that one. Once I'm done with it, I will not be using that size again because I don't like how it sticks out. This is a Piccadilly book I got from Barnes & Noble, I think. This next one's also a Piccadilly book, but I have cut it. So I'm going to cut my Piccadilly books from now on to use in here, just so that everything tucks inside nice and neat. See where it would tuck in if it wasn't hanging out everywhere. I don't even know how. There we go. I'm trying to aim it the right way. It doesn't work. So once I get that larger book out of there, my smaller books that I was sent will fit in here nicely. So here's my little dashboard memo page that she made for me. I haven't wrote anything on it. I did clean it off like she told me to. This one is my current journaling thing. She sent me this little sticker. I showed that in the video. So I put it here and I wrote some stuff about that day. So I need to finish up these so I can get this one out of here. And then there's this one. This was my little book. I'm keeping track of some things for my husband. And then there's the other one. And then we have my little pocket. I currently have a sticker in here from a package of cabinet door handles. I'm changing out the cabinet doors in my kitchen. The ones that are in there are probably from when the house was built back in the 80s. So they're a little dated and worn looking, so I am getting some new ones. But I don't want to buy them all at once because they're expensive if you do that. So I'm just kind of spreading it out over a few paychecks. This was my Midori insert I bought. And I've been put it back because I finished putting the squares in. I'm going to have this be each day instead of a full page day because I don't write a lot. So it'll be each day. And I'm not dating these ahead of time because when I do that I seem to never use it and then it gets wasted. This was one of the cards that came in my Happy Mail, so I've attached it to the front of my little booklet here. I think that looks nice. And then my back pouch still has nothing in it. So I want to continue on filling in some squares on that. You know, the boxes to put the date in. Maybe the box for the weather or mood or whatever. Weather's kind of boring around here. It's always the 90s, so it's either 90s or raining. Who cares about that? It's kind of hard to figure out what boxes you really want to put on there. I hate writing about what I eat, so I don't really want a box showing what I eat. I don't want to put a box in there for my Fitbit info because I have a dedicated book for that where I've been writing down that. So we'll see. Maybe I'll write down what I read that day or what I watched on TV. I don't know. I don't necessarily need a box to write down what I watched on TV, but I could. But I don't watch TV every day. You know, I have some shows I record at night because of the stuff's on that I'm watching or recording, and then I watch it the next day, and I watch both of them at the same time. So maybe Monday there's nothing, but Tuesday there's 2 things. So I don't need a box for every day, right? So I don't know. Oh, I think I've rambled on enough for today. See what kind of trouble I can get myself into. We'll get started on this, maybe this file folder project, journal thing. And we'll see where that goes. So I hope everyone's going to have a great day, great week, and do something fun and arty. And we'll talk to you later.